Oh, well, hey, bitch. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into the latest episode of Life After Lockup. All right, y'all. This episode started off with Brittany and Marcelino. Now, y'all know Brittany done already got her 8,000 plus taken from Robert, her good friend that she put all her trust into. Okay, put all this trust into this man, a former drug abuser, and he done snatched up with the church's money. So they got a lot going on. So she and her other good people, as well as her men, are headed over to the house because they trying to see if they can at least get some of the furniture out, so they won't be losing everything, all the furniture and then some. Okay, and the damn money. So let us at least get something, honey, even if we got to sell this back to recoup some of the money that we done lost. Baby, I ain't got time, okay? So Robert said, y'all not coming in my house, and that's just on P, honey, so I'm finna go ahead and call the cops on y'all. But Miss Girl, can't think of her name, somebody else ended up having the key, so they were able to get into the home because the girl that unlocked the door happened to be on the lease anyway. So she looked around, knocking on people's doors while they sleep and stuff like that. Sorry, honey. Rude awakening coming through, honey. The police ended up arriving, and while they're in there, the police let them know that they can only get the things that Robert would allow them to get, which actually doesn't make any sense because he's not the only person that's on the lease. So why is it they can't get some of the stuff that the other girl says they can get as well? Now, it could be that the things in Robert's room they couldn't get because Robert would not let them in the room. He was standing in front of the door like, y'all ain't coming in here. Now I said what I said, y'all not coming in here. In addition to that, he wanted to file charges about trespassing or something. He wanted to file a trespassing report on a few people. I said, oh, Robert, you really want to go there when these girls was out here looking out for you? Trying to make sure you had a place to stay, putting money up, investing, so y'all can have more homes like this and stuff. And now you, because they coming over there trying to see about you, you want to holler about how they over here trespassing? Yeah, nah, that don't make no sense. But okay, then, if that's what you want to say, let me make sure this mic is right. Okay, but if that's what you want to say, then all right. I believe the police was going to do it. I don't know if you wrote the report or not, but I will say this. The way Robert was around there acting made me feel like he is a guilty party. Whatever they said he took, he did it. He took it. Whatever they said he did it. That's how I'm feeling, because that's how he was out there operating. So that's what it was. Nothing really got resolved, but they were able to get into one of those storage units outside, and they were able to get a lot of things out of there and load up the U-Haul. So I was like, at least y'all got some. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on to Shane and Lacey, okay? Whew. I be trying so hard not to say how much I do not like seeing them on TV. So let me just skip that this time. Lacey pretends that she wants to work out with Shawn, because Shane. Is it Shane? And I think it's Shane and Lacey. So last week, she went through his phone. While she was at the beach and being encouraged by somebody to go through his phone. That's what she did. Went through the phone, found out that he was over there chatting with somebody else in a text message. So she faked and act like she wanted to go and work out with this man so she could see who he really out here talking to. And that's what she did. She goes and she works out and everything. And we see that there's a girl that comes over and chit-chats with him. Okay, she talks about working out and stuff. He tells her that she looks good. I didn't really get flirtatious vibes, but it doesn't mean that they weren't flirting. Okay, I just didn't necessarily get those vibes. It really looked like a trainer having a conversation with his client, and I can see where the girl probably was interested, but I didn't see Shane really give off that same energy. But I understand you want to watch that because things can develop into more at a later time. Completely understand that, right? But also I will say this, that particular scene kind of came off as scripted. Okay, with some terrible ass actors. That's how it looked to me. I was like, y'all trying to kind of like force something to happen here. But let's say it was real, right? Let's say it was real. I don't think that that's something Shane was trying to do, because Shane already told y'all he depressed. So I don't know if he's, getting undepressed by getting under somebody else. I don't know. Okay, so then once that's all over, Lacey walks over to him and asks him, what was that about? You was flirting with this girl right in my motherfucking face. And I'm like, well, girl, you was seeing it right in your damn face. It didn't really look like it was flirting. But, Lacey is an insecure woman anyway. So it's not going to take much to make her jealous, okay? So when he was telling her, like, oh, no, we were just chit-chatting about whatever, whoop, he wasn't even making it a big deal or anything. And she decided that she was gonna walk out. She was gonna leave it's right where he's saying. She decided that she was gonna walk out, going on by her business or whatever, because she was definitely feeling away. And she was like, how about you see if the girl Sydney could give you a ride home, because I'm not going to do a damn thing. And I said, okay then, ma'am. Now, when it comes down to, later on, we could see where he's trying to tell her, listen, I'm so tired of you coming at me like this with this bullshit. Girl, I don't know what it is that I need to do to assure you that I'm here for you. I guess I need to take a lie to take the test. So she said, that's fine. Since you brought it up, you do it and you pay for it. So he's going to go all out his way for that. Deontay still wants Miss Nicole back, still wants to be back with her. What was interesting was that Miss Nicole done lost a whole lot of weight than what she was a few months ago when we saw her with Love after lockup, now that she's on Life after lockup, okay? Nicole has lost a drastic amount of weight. You can see it in her face and her neck and her arms. She says that it's because she was sick with C19 twice. And I'm like, girl, I don't fully believe that, okay? But all right. I mean, I would figure you would lose maybe 5 to 10 pounds with that, from what I've, heard or whatever. It's like 5 to 10 pounds. But for you to sit up there and, girl, you look like you done lost 20. Okay, so I don't know. I ain't saying this girl on drugs or anything, but something not right, something ain't healthy. But okay then. So she wants to link up with Deontay because she's feeling a little guilty. And I said, try, she feeling guilty and she feeling broke. So what else is going on? Okay, you ain't finna fool me. She starts crying and saying that she's having an anxiety attack. When she's about to talk to him, it was like she's having this panic attack. I said, are you having a panic attack or are you having withdrawals? Girl, what's going on? Now, I feel like Nicole is such a liar. Okay, I don't really trust or believe anything that Nicole says, based on how we've seen her show herself on the show in the past, as well as her talking about, I've lost so much weight due to the virus, and then now she's over here having this panic attack and stuff. So I don't know if it's something going on with her and Tia's relationship, or if she's using and abusing, because that's where I'm leaning towards, her using and abusing, okay? Now, she's trying to be apologetic to him for her actions, for her kind of like walking off and stuff like that. But he tells her, like, nah, it's all good or whatever like that. Then he talks about it in his confessional, how he feel like he failed her and he got to do better and stuff. And I'm like, Deontay, shut up. You sound like a fool. She did all of this to herself, okay? You want to be the reason so bad, and you're not. Okay, she brings up whether he wants her in his life, as a friendship, or whether he wants a three-way relationship with him, her, and Tia. So Deontay said he's not really interested in a three-way relationship at all. He wants Nicole all to himself. Now, I do think that Deontay is willing to bend and fold himself whichever way that Nicole wants him to, just so he can say he's in this situation with her, and he has a piece of her. That's not good. That's not good at all, because honestly, she's going to be using you for your money. And if he decides to go back and get in that situation with Nicole, I kind of feel like, you get what you get. That's your fault. You should have got it, okay? Because you're okay with playing that dumb fool. So I hope she play your dumb as right along, okay? Now, he takes her home because she needs a ride home. She starts complimenting him on everything. Before he dropped her off, he asked her, are you good financially? She's like, as much as I would love to take your money, it's not the right thing to do or whatever. Girl, shut up. As much as I would like to take your money, it's not. So she still says she would like to take it. She just said it's not the right thing to do for the moment. Please know that she's talking to you for the money. She don't really miss you like that. Y'all ain't have no intimacy for real for her to miss you on that level, okay? She also tells him about how she made sure to bring up that boob job and how she don't really got no money. She trying to find a job. She had to put off her boob job because she ain't even been making enough and stuff. And I'm like, dummy, put 2 and 2 together. You'll see that she's trying to come back around just to get in your pocket. All right, then, honey, let's go ahead and move along, child. And if she did turn down the coins for the moment, she probably didn't want him to feel like she owed him something in that moment. But let's move on. So we get to Shawn and Sarah. Shawn is giving Sarah this ultimatum. Y'all know Shawn has relocated himself to where Sarah is. And now he's giving her an ultimatum because now that she's been out of prison, he hasn't seen her in 2 months. He's relocated to be there with her. Hasn't seen this girl in 2 months. I don't really feel bad for her on that, but at the same time, I kind of understand where Shawn is coming from, and I hate to understand where he's coming from. But okay, I understand that he may feel a way, you know what I'm saying, to live in the same state as this girl, and you haven't seen her, and you've been providing her money, and you've been supportive to her, you talk to her every day, but you still can't see her. I understand that may, you know what I'm saying, make you feel away. But it's the fact of him going about pressuring her to see him, in addition to the fact that you chose to move out here. She didn't tell you to do this. This was a decision you chose to make. So why are you trying to fault her for it? Yeah, no, that's dead. Okay, so he talks with her about she talks with her mom about Shawn, and Shawn giving her the ultimatum. And her mom tells her, listen, don't let nobody deter you. Don't let nobody change your mind from anything that it is you want to do. And I was here with her mama, like, yeah, don't let him try and change you. And then she's sitting and she's reflecting and she's thinking about her past. She never got a chance to tell the guy that passed away, his family, that she apologized or whatnot. So that still weighs down on her. And her mama told her, listen, you can't allow your past to affect how you're going to be moving in your future. And you know what I'm saying, the hope for your future. Like, you can't do that. At some point you're going to have to part ways with it, because this is what happened. We can't go back in time. We can't. I don't know if you want to write them a letter, find their addresses and mail it to them, tell them how genuinely sorry you are, and then you continue to press forward, because at the end of the day, we won't be able to bring him back. And you weren't solely responsible for that person's death on your own. I hate to say it, but they knew and they were aware of the possibilities of what could happen when they decided to engage in that drug activity as well. So if she wants to, write a letter, maybe sit down, apologize, whatever she want to do, that's fine, so you can move forward. But you're gonna have to start moving forward, because now you got this little girl looking up to you. Okay. Sarah says that she wants to have a healthy relationship. She's never really had that. She's had relationships where it was a lot of lies, deception and things like that. And she feels like maybe Shawn could be that healthy relationship that she can have. I am cringing on the inside. I hate that for her, because I feel like he's going to definitely let her down. I feel like he's going to take her down through there. He is such a liar, and she's going to start seeing that. I feel like Shawn, even though he comes off like, he wants somebody, I think Shawn's probably going to end up being a cheater, even if she tries to take him serious. He's just not that guy. And I just cannot stand him. So I don't want to see him happy with nobody. Okay. You can't even be happy being over there taking care of your kids. You running all behind women that ain't asked you to move there for them and away from your kids. Like, I can't take Shawn. So I'm hoping nothing between the both of them goes well. And I hate to say it, but I don't. So Sarah finally decides to link up with Shawn. He was a little worried about it, because he didn't think that she was going to pull up, but she did. Okay. He tells her, Shawn says that he needed to know that this was real. And he says that, I was nervous you wasn't going to show up, because, in the past we've tried to link up and it was always something that came up. And I really need to know if this is real. And he keeps stressing the fact that he moved all the way out there for her. He told me something, I hate to keep bringing it up. Then stop bringing this up. Okay, that was your decision. You're putting this extra pressure on her like she asked you to do this. You chose to do that. So take your own L. What kind of stuff is that? You trying to create a whole relationship and a whole family with a woman that didn't know nothing about it. I can't take it. Okay, so then what else did he say? He then tells her that she tells him that he was putting a lot of pressure on her, which is why she started to kind of blow him off. She says that she doesn't think her spending time with her family should be considered a bad thing. Shawn says if they're going to make it work, he needs to meet her family. Once again, you're moving too fast. You're not listening to her. You're not listening to her. And I feel like at this point, Sarah is at a place where she feels guilty for taking his money while in prison, having him pick her up and drop her off. She's starting to feel guilty. And because of that, it's going to force her to open up to him sooner than what it is she really wants to. But I feel like at the same time, if that's the case, Sarah, then you got to stop accepting things from him. You got to stop having him, hey, go get me a tan. You got to stop that. He's like, oh, so I'm paying for that? She's like, yeah, you're paying for the food too, right? Like, you got to stop doing that. If you're not ready to open up to him, like your mama said, don't let nobody make you change your mind on that. Stand strong and no, I'm not going to link up to you or link up with you, because I don't want to feel conflicted or feel a way about anything and being forced to open up to you when I'm not ready. Okay, so that was pretty much that between Shawn and Sarah. Let's move on to Brittany and Ray. So she headed over to her mama house. Headed to her mama house to surprise her mama with a visit with Ray. And her mama don't know nothing about this. I said, oh, girl, this is not going to go well. Okay. So she and Ray, we learned that he got it. They didn't really get into it, but Ray was really frustrated because he has a job now, but the job isn't really paying him nothing for real in comparison to what he needs to pay off this restitution. But Ray does have to understand you got to make small steps, honey. This is just a small step, and whatever little coin you get it's going to help. But I understand his frustration because Brittany is also putting the pressure on him of, oh, you got a job now. Oh, I want to get married. Oh, I want to have kids. And she's doing all this stuff backwards. Like she's not seeing the reality of life. And when y'all get those kids and what it's going to cost, you know, for them to go into childcare and all this other stuff, like he doesn't make enough for you to stay at home with the kids. You're going to have to put the baby in child care. You're going to have to buy all these other things for this child. You got probably a mortgage. Like it's a lot of things, a lot of factors. And you got to really assess his financial situation to see if he's going to be able to meet you there. You know, but she just, you know, that's all she wants. She all in love and stuff, girl. So good luck with that. Now, I started thinking like, I don't know, Ray, if you're trying to get to the money how you want to, child, you might have to be you a little entrepreneur, figure out how to run your business or something. I don't know if you need to talk to her daddy or somebody that your daddy may know and just run you a little business. You may have to get raised lawn care or something. Get to the money quicker because they pay a whole lot. All right, to have people come out here and cut their grass and keep stuff neat and cute. But let's move on. So when she goes over to see her mom, she tells her mom about Ray getting a job. Her mom said, oh, that's cute. That's good. I'm glad. Good for him. Good for him. She said, okay, well, he wants to still meet you. She was like, he do? She was like, yeah, he actually in the car. She said, no, ma'am. Not him being in the car. And she was like, yeah. She said, girl, I'm not ready. No, ma'am. He gonna have to prove a lot more to me. He can't just be outside and think he's finna come up in here. We're not gonna do that. Now, her mama says that I didn't raise her to take care of a man. But I do think that her mama was doing too damn much. I do. I'm like, girl, what's the harm in meeting this man? He's going to be around. If something were to happen to your daughter, you would at least want to know who the guy is that's been around her at her house. Like, what's the least is that? Like, just at least meet him, greet him. Like, hey, how you doing? Okay, nice to meet you. All right. Okay, I'll catch y'all in the next one. He didn't even have to come in the house. Like, you could have just greeted him and moved on. But I do believe when she gets to know Ray, I feel like she probably going to end up liking Ray more than she like her child. We going to see, child. Because I do think that Ray thinks about things rationally, whereas her daughter doesn't. What else? Her mom says that he needs to be working for about 3 months before she comes see him. And I'm just like, girl, bye. Now, Brittany says, I don't think my mama gonna ever meet him. I said she not, because 3 months ain't gonna change her mind at all. Okay. So there's that. Okay. She lets Ray know that her mom is how her mom is feeling, and she's not really interested and wants to prove himself to her. And Ray is feeling defeated, but he says he has no choice but to just do exactly that, which is to prove her wrong. Like, I'm doing well for myself or whatever, right? So that sucks. Ray did say that most of the girls he's dated in the past, their parents loved him. So he's sure that her mom is going to as well, and I think so too. Now, once they get home, Brittany talking about having SCX, honey, because she's so anxious to have this child. Ray ain't even thinking about that because he's still bummed about the fact that he couldn't link up with her mama and meet her. But she's still trying to press the issue. You can see that Ray is a bit down about not meeting the mom, as well as the finances when it comes to work. You know, he knows that they're not at a place financially to start having children. She says that they've been trying to get pregnant for a few months now, but I just feel like I said, she's very irrational. He tells her, what would it look like to get her pregnant? And see, I'm like, Ray thinking about this all right. Okay, and very as respectful as he possibly can. Okay, he's like, what would that look like to get you pregnant? And I never even met your mama before. I can't even greet your mom, and then now I gotta also, if you do get pregnant, worry about, oh Lord, she done got that boy pregnant. I mean, he done got that girl pregnant or whatever like that. So she's gonna probably not like him even more. Right, and it's probably gonna feel like he ruined my daughter's life when really it's the other way around. Your daughter ruins her own damn life. Okay, so I definitely understand where Ray is coming from with that, and I just wish that Miss Brittany could meet him halfway on that. Okay, she also opens up and says that there is a secret that she's been withholding from him and his family. Now, what that's about, I don't know. We're gonna find out on the next episode, but I am thinking about it like, I hope she did not have like a miscarriage or something. That's very sad. If she did, I don't know. I don't know if she could possibly be in debt herself. I hope she ain't got no charges that's going to be filed on her based on something she did, you know what I'm saying, a while ago. So I don't know. I hope she, you know, didn't have to go through an abortion or something. And, you know, maybe I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm anxious to find out what it's all going to be about. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below and let me know what you think Miss Brittany could possibly be withholding from her family. And also, I want to hear y'all thoughts about Sarah and Shawn. Girl, let me know about Sarah and Shawn. And I have to say this, Marcelino and Brittany can go. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Life after lockup, we TV people, whoever else over there, Brittany and Marcelino need to go. And who else needs to go? Shane and Lacey need to go. They have not been giving anything. Shawn and Sarah, and it's crazy because Shawn has been on this show for some time. And he's able to bring in some good storylines. Whether we like him or not, he's able to bring in something to keep the people entertained. So I'll give him that. Deontay and Nicole, bringing in something additional. Entertainment, okay? Between Tia, and Nicole, bringing in something extra, I could see that, okay? And then now we got Brittany and Ray, bringing in the situation with her mom. Like, this is good content. These other people, I know they y'all friends and y'all trying to save them and trying to keep money in their pocket and get them a check. Baby, y'all gonna have to cut them ties, okay? Because they are not interesting at all. They are not adding value to this show. And I see how y'all be splicing it up, adding them onto the show when there's action going on in other households versus theirs. But they're not entertaining. So please stop it. Y'all could have gave us, with the amount of time that we saw Shane and Lacey, especially Marcelino and Brittany, they was on the show for like 10 seconds. At the top of the episode, maybe 3 minutes total. That's how long we saw them. No, you could have gave me 3 more minutes, maybe 1 minute each of Brittany and Ray, Shawn and Sarah, as well as Nicole and Deontay. You could have filled up that space with those two, and you also could have figured out more to fill up that space when it came to Shane and Lacey. But they really need to go, because y'all not gonna play us and bring her ex-man back into the picture. I'm motherfucking tired. Okay, I said what I said. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.